This is the 800 105 Borgeson quick ratio steering box. It's a direct bolt-on replacement. It's a high pressure pump. That's the rag joint that I put in there, and that's the end of the steering column. I had to cut off 3 3/4 inches off the steering column to get it to fit. And then I made my own. This is, I'll have to give you these later. The part numbers off of these, because one is, seems like this lower one, the return line is 97 Camaro with a V6 in it, so I could get a long enough line. And then this one was something else, and I'll have to look it up. But I wanted to use a high pressure pump with this high pressure power steering gearbox. So I used a pump off of a 89 1-ton van from Chevrolet with a 454 in it. And it's just a single pulley. It's the old style single pulley. And then I made my own bracket on the bottom of it, which was no big deal. And this is the remote reservoir that I mounted on the fender well. It will be just right in front of this air box. And the reason I did this also is I'm going to put air conditioning on here later. And whenever I do that, I got to put on a double pulley here, and it'll run off the front pulley on the crankshaft. On this pulley here, it'll run off the very front one, and then this one and the middle one on the crankshaft will run the air conditioner that's going to be mounted on that Corvette exhaust manifold. These exhaust manifolds are 1965 Corvette 327, 375 horse with the 2.5-inch outlet. And then, but everything clears. I did have to move over the clutch linkage a 1/2 inch to get it to clear the box, which was nothing. A lot of people were saying you can't run that steering box with clutch, but yeah, it all fits and everything. The front motor mounts are original, everything's original. On the steering column, here's where I cut it off. 3 3/4 off the center of the tube on the steering column, and on the inside tube, I cut them off and then welded them back together in the middle. And then for the steering column, everything bolts up nice. It fits good. This the hub is for a 68 Chevelle, and the steering wheel itself is for a 68 Chevelle. The horn button is a 68 Chevelle, and it all fits. The only thing you got to run is the horn button is the same from 57 up through 66 or 67. Use that horn button to connect to the horn button that's inside of here, so that's a no-brainer. It's a pretty straightforward bolt-in swap. What little welding you got to do as far as the column and the inside of that to keep that bearing that's down there on the end of the steering column, and just to move over that clutch linkage on the Z shaft, it's nothing. And making all these brackets, everybody can do that. That ain't no big deal. But it's pretty well straightforward. I think it's going to turn out really, really well whenever I get it on the road. Okay, that's it.